Okay, so we're going to look at 2008 tabular statement ordinary level, and then Tuesday we will look at the 2005 ordinary level, and then we'll go on to higher. Normally I go on to higher quicker, but obviously doing it this way it's a bit trickier, so we'll do the 2008 and 2005 to make sure that we're all on board and know what we're doing. Okay, so the 2008 question then, so you'll have that in your document. And you can see that I've set up the page the same way as we always do. So we have our assets, buildings, motor vehicles, stock, debtors and bank, and they all come from our balance sheet, our fixed assets and our current assets. Then we put in our liabilities. So here we've got our capital, we put in our profit and loss, even though we haven't given a figure, we have in all the previous ones. Drawings then go here, we always leave a space for drawings. And then we get our creditors and our expenses due, and then we always leave a space at the end in our total, okay? And you write in all those totals directly taken from the balance sheet. Now, then my dates, I always put in October the 1st, okay? So October the 1st, and then all the figures that you're given. And then the rest of the dates come from the question. So October 3rd, 7th, 9th, 11th, 15th, 21, 25th, 28th. So that's all along here, and then your totals at the end. Okay, so off we go. First thing it says, October the 3rd, received cheque for 2,300 from a debtor in full settlement of a debt of 2,500. Okay, so how much of a discount have we given them? We've given them 200 discount. All right, so over we go, and we put in our debtors. Okay, they no longer owe us the 2,500, so that's reducing our debtors. And then our bank is positive 2,300 because that's what they paid us. So that leaves us with a negative 200. Now down here in our profit and loss, okay, we've made a loss there, a negative 200. And then down at the bottom, we have a negative 200, and it's balancing. Okay, so that's that first part done. Then we go on to part 2. So October the 7th, bought goods and credit for 12,800. So our stock is going to be increased 12,800. So that'll give our total there is 12,800. Okay, then the next thing we're going to do is our creditors. We now owe both of them on credit, so we now owe them 12,800. And that'll give me 12,800. Okay, October the 9th, paid by cheque, expenses that were due at the beginning of the month. So we know our expenses due is 1,900. So we're going to pay them off. So in here we put down negative 1,900 because we owe this amount. We want to cancel it out, we paid it out, 1,900. And then we go up to our bank account. And our bank account, so it's a negative one, is money coming out of the bank. So that'll give us a negative 1,900 there and a negative 1,900 down here. Okay, so that's where we're at now. Now we're going on to October the 11th. October the 11th says paid by cheque a creditor's account balance of 6,300 and received a discount of 300. Okay, so that means then that if it was 6,300, so our debtors are being reduced by 6,300. In our profit and loss, we've made a profit of 300. They gave us a discount. So that'll give me a total of negative 6,000 when you add them two together. Then up here, our bank, we paid out 6,000. So that's a negative 6,000 and negative 6,000 in our total. Okay, now on to the next one, which is October the 15th. Sold goods and credit which cost 11,300 for 14,500. Okay, so we've made a profit here. Right, so into our stock has been increased by 11,300. So pop that in there. Sorry, it's been reduced by 11,300 because we sold it, so that's gone. Okay, then we have our debtors. So our debtors is going to be increased by 14,500 because that's what they're paying for them. So if you add these two together, you'll get a positive 3,200. We've also made a profit there. Okay, so we made a profit of 3,200. So if you take away the actual price and how much they're giving you, so that'll go into our profit and loss. So that'll be 3,200. Okay, so that gives us a positive 3,200 in our total. Right, the next thing we're looking at is October the 21st. A debtor owed 800 was declared bankrupt and paid 20 cents in the euro. Okay, so we get our calculator. So that tells us that for every euro they owed us, they only gave us 20 cents. So it'll be 800 multiplied by 0.2. 160 is how much they paid us, okay? So our debtors are going to be reduced by 800. They no longer owe it, it's written off. They've paid us 160. That'll leave me with a negative 640. Okay, then in our profit and loss, we've lost 640. So that's negative 640. Okay, the next on October 25th, pay by check from business bank account 1,700 for repairs to private residence. So we know private residence, we're talking about drawings. Okay, anytime the business owner takes out money to use for personal use, it's drawings. Okay, so was 1,700. So your bank, it's going to be reduced by 1,700. So that'll give me a total of 1,700. And then we go to our profit and loss. And our profit and loss, we have made a loss of, sorry, not my profit and loss, drawings, I meant to say, drawings. So it's negative, it's money coming out of the business. And that will give me a negative 1,700 down here as well. Okay, so on to the last one. Purchased an adjoining warehouse for 170,000. A deposit of 10,000 was paid by cheque and the remainder was borrowed from New Finance Ltd. Okay, so that's where we're going to put in here. New Finance Ltd. Okay. So our assets, our buildings have just increased by 170,000. Our bank is going to be reduced because the deposit of 10,000 that was paid out, so that's going to be reduced by 10,000. So that will give you a total of 160,000 there. Okay, and you got the 160,000, so that's the cost 170, you paid 10,000, so you got the rest from New Finance Ltd, so that means it must have been 160,000, and that'll give you a total of 160,000. Okay, so just going to do the totals now, and there they are. So we're all done.